Hey, everyone, it's your star lad, and this time I've watched in 0.25x speed Avengers Infinity War to find new details. I really enjoyed my time watching this movie in slow motion, so I'm going to give you few details that I think you may have missed while watching Avengers Infinity War in regular speed. Here we go. Number 1. When Hulk crest lands through the sanctum stairs, the cloak of levitation immediately swirls around after Strange. Now notice what Doctor Strange was wearing before the crash and what he's wearing after. From a regular outfit, he switches to his total mage attire. Now, here's exactly when it happened. Take a close look at Doctor Strange, and see how his mage outfit unfolds in slow motion, even though they only showed it for a second and switched to a different angle. But here's why I love Marvel. If Marvel went from this shark to this one without showing us this bit of him actually changing clothes using his mystic abilities, everyone would be like, when did Dr. Swain change his clothes? But because they put this brief little detail, it remains no longer in a doubt. Number 2. Heimdall took Thor's approval before sending Bruce Banner back to Earth in Thor Ragnarok. We have seen how Thor and Heimdall can communicate between each other with people around having no clue about it.
Heimdall, I know you can see me. I need you to help me. Help me see.
I see you, but you're far away.
What's going on here?
Come see for yourself. Tell her it's Raptors. If I let her leave, she'll consume 9 realms and all the cosmos. We need you.
The reason I'm able to draw this conclusion is because just before sending Hulk, Heimdall looks at Thor as if Thor was calling him telepathically, and when we see Thor looking at Heimdall, you can clearly see his face goes from pain to absolute thrust, as if telling Heimdall, you know what to do, send Bruce Banner to the wizard on Earth. And why the wizard? Because Thor came to know Earth has a wizard now who keeps a watch list of beings that pose a threat to this world. And remember, at that point Heimdall still believed Thor as the king of Asgard, so no way Heimdall is gonna take such a big step of saving the only one without the king's permission. Number 3. In the Battle of Titan, when Tony Stark says, "My only curse is you," pay attention to his head. That shows Tony is preparing small rockets to launch at Thanos. On the left of your screen, those symbols resemble the exact same rockets that Tony shoots at Thanos. Again, another wonderful detail. Number 4. Iron Man interrupts Doctor Strange and Wong from casting their spell and takes matter into his own hands. This same sort of established the tension between the two geniuses, as they both are known for the terrible amounts of ego, but again draws a great parallel where Tony Stark didn't have much faith on Doctor Strange's ability in Infinity War, but in Endgame Tony decided to sacrifice his life on the basis of hint given by Doctor Strange to come this far, where Tony had very little trust on Doctor Strange too, trusting him by betting his own life to save the universe. That's again another great parallel. Number 5. Thanos bleeds purple while faking his own death in front of Gamora, but when Iron Man makes him bleed, he bleeds red. Many have pointed this out as a mistake, but I did it as something to differentiate between his real and fake blood, because Gamora was too emotional at the death of her father. She could have noticed that he isn't bleeding his real blood, it's all been faked with the Reality Stone. Number 6. When Thor is explaining to the Guardians of the Galaxy where they need to go to forge a weapon to kill Thanos, he pronounces the destination as Nevada Lee instead of Natalia. He says it wrong twice in that scene.
You have to go is Nidavellir.
That's a made-up word.
All words are made up.
Nidavellir is real?
Peter, will you join me on my quest to Nidavellir?
Let me just ask the captain. Oh, wait a second. It's me. Yeah, I'll go.
Wonderful.
Yet in the third act of the film he correctly pronounces it as Natalia.
That's Nidavellir.
Now I admit it's a pretty difficult word to pronounce, but listening to Thor in slow motion made it very obvious that he indeed is pronouncing the word wrong. Number 7. Doctor Strange's hands still shake in 2 different scenes, which is a nod to his solo film. While arguing with Star-Lord and the other Guardians of the Galaxy, his hands tremble very heavily. This is more evident in the scene where he gives away the Time Stone to Thanos. Number 8. Tony Stark's mustache changes as he's confronting Thanos on Titan. He says he's gonna lose it if Thanos throws under the moon at him in this shot. His mustache is dark and defined after Thanos calls him by his name in the very next shot. His mustache has a lot more grey in it and is a bit thicker. Number 9. When Gamora steps Thanos, her weapon doesn't have any blood on it, indicating that they're in a fake reality. Number 10. When Doctor Strange executes the images of Vicon's spell to create confusion, you can see Anna's activating both Soul and Power Stone to identify the real Doctor Strange. Number 11. Call Obsidian gets his hand cut off through the sling rings used by Wang later in the movie. He appears to have a newly made hand out of steel, just goes to show how advanced Thanos' technology is. Number 12. The Mind Stone is significantly bigger than the other stones when placed in the Infinity Gauntlet. The scene where she recessed the structure of this stone is polymorphic, basically means that the stone has more than one form. Now we know Reality Stone is another one that has more than one form, but Mind Stone was never mentioned to have the same trait. Infinity War not only says it has the same trait, but also shows us 13. When Thanos opened the portal and left Wakanda, you can see some green sparkles in his chest, indicating that Time Stone is being to heal that wound, and that's why we never see the wound on Thanos' chest. Number 14. In the final scene when Thanos watches the sunrise, his armor is seen standing like a scarecrow. We get a better view at this in Avengers Endgame, just before the Avengers invade Thanos' garden. Click the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and turn your notifications on so you never miss any videos from my channel. I'll see you lads in the next one.